working at Kise Assessment Center.
My name is Zachary, an assistive technology specialist.
I'm Dan Huaga. I'm the audiologist.
I am Sarah Deuri. I am a counselor at the Kise Assessment Center.
Kise is a Kenya Institute of Special Education. It was established by the Act of Parliament in 1986, and basically it has 9 main mandates. But the key one is the training of teachers for special needs education schools. Then there's also a mandate of assessment of kids and placement. There's a mandate of research. There's a mandate for outreach. We are expanding. Our expansion involves the establishment of the National Psychoeducational Assessment and Rehabilitation Center, so that we can take care of current disabilities and the current population.
The center is going to be a referral center for all educational assessment in the country, which has been a big gap over the history of Kenya.
The EACS was started in the year 1984 as a pilot program between the government of Kenya, Ministry of Education, and the NIDA. They had realized that quite a number of children remained locked up in their homes.
What's happening now is that we are revamping what we've had and upgrading them so that they're able to provide the service in a better way and make a more significant contribution to functional assessment services.
The new assessment center at Kise carries with itself 3 mandates. It is the National Referral Assessment Center, where the regional EACS and the county EACS can make reference to. It also is a center where there will be rehabilitation of people who acquire disability, and also for children who have cerebral palsy, physical disability. We are offering rehabilitation services. We shall also be doing research in special needs and inclusive education in this country. It will also be the data bank for EACS services within the country.
Data is very key in planning and even resource allocation.
The new Psychoeducation Assessment and the Rehabilitation Center has 6 blocks, each block addressing a specific category of special needs and disability. Block A is mainly for assessment of children with visual impairment. This includes assessment of children with low vision and the assessment of children who are blind, and at the same time it does the rehabilitation of newly blighted persons. Block B is assessment of persons with hearing impairment, which includes actual assessment, ear mode production, calibration of audiometers, and the speech training for persons who lose speech as a result of hearing loss. Block C is for assessment of persons with cognitive challenges. The facility has a room-bound sensory integration, among others, which addresses children with autism. Block D to address the counseling of all persons, including parents with children with disability, including persons who are disabled. Block E will do assessment of children with more physical and motor difficulties. Block F will deal with therapy services, that is occupational therapy, physiotherapy, speech therapy, vision therapy, and hydrotherapy.
We have play facilities for children, indoor and outdoor, where experts can observe even social activity and social growth of children as they interact with each other.
We're also having a full-fledged ICT section within that center, and we also have an assistive device section where we shall leverage on ICT for persons with a disability to improve their schooling outcomes.
We have embraced green technology, and we're using solar panels to heat the water in the hydrotherapy pool, and also heat the water in the hostels, and also a bit of the lighting, so that we make some savings from the power bill. We have motion sensor doors, so that even people on wheelchairs can be able to access our rooms.
We are looking forward to talking to people of goodwill and other partners and philanthropists in this country, because that center is so big. It requires equipment, toys and gadgets worth about 500 million.
If Kenya is to realize real inclusive education, inclusive practices should start early. Early intervention changes so many situations and circumstances children with disability go through. One of them being they are able to quickly understand how to maneuver and compensate for what they lack, and at the same time teachers are able to understand and grow up with the children, therefore improvising and coming up with strategies which enable this learner pursue education with minimal challenges.
KISE is going to have a very, very major role to play in as far as standards attainment in the EACS is concerned. Most of the assessment officers that we have today have no training in functional assessment. And remember, during the launch of the sector policy on provision of education for learners and the trainees with disabilities, the President was very clear about that. One, staffing of the EACS with qualified personnel.
At Kenya Institute of Special Education, we offer a certificate course in functional assessment where the functional assessment teachers are given skills that enable them to go back and conduct assessment in an approved way. This certificate course takes 1 full year, and for you to qualify, you must have undergone a 2-year training in special needs education.
Our ambition as an institute is targeting especially SDGs 3 on health and SDG 4 on education. So this facility is going to address the health of children, those with and without disabilities.
SDG 4 is about quality education. So having early intervention at this facility will be able to assist parents and the young ones, and we'll be able to make sure that they get quality education.
KISE is going to take leadership in the region, because unless if children are properly assessed, we cannot be able to place them in the educational, rehabilitation and even schools that they require.
The current Psychoeducation Assessment Center serves not only Kenya, it serves also other countries within East Africa and beyond.
We are happy to be serving the rest of Africa, and that resonates well with our vision to be a regional center of excellence in special needs education services and related services.
The new center at KISE is a Vision 2030 flagship project.
It will address the social pillar.
The Vision 2030 in Pillar 3 talks about social development of our people and tapping into every potential of every child. And this center then comes at the right time.
Since 2016, we have been constructing this facility here, and we are just about to complete this.
The anticipated challenges are 1, sustainability after the completion, 2, the right personnel for each of the blocks, and 3, the modern equipment required for each of the blocks.
The government welcomes partnerships. Assessment services can really benefit from some of the bilateral agreements that we have with some of these countries. But it can also be between government and non-state actors or players like civil society organizations.
We already have Kenya Re on board, and they're providing the gym equipment and the therapy beds and so on and so forth.
My name is David Hine, board chairman, Ecofiti, and Kenya Re. We are very glad to be associated with KISE on this project, equipping the current block F.
We as Kenya are contributing through the SDG 3, which is basically about the health and well-being, and especially of persons with disability. We think it marries well with the big four that the President has pronounced through the pillar of sustainable health for the country.
Our position as Kenya is that disability is not inability.
We participated a lot in terms of destigmatizing disability in society, because we are aware and we are told stories of families where kids are born with disability and they kept out of public life. So other than that, conveying that message, we also went into giving vouchers to various persons with disability across the country.
We are thankful to Treasury because they trusted our intent and they have supported the construction of this facility. We wrote a request through the Ministry of Education to the National Treasury, and that request was granted with $500 million Kenya shillings that has assisted to construct this. We are also thankful to the National Research Fund, who also have given us some money to complement what Treasury gave us, and all the partners that are coming on board now to bring this to completion.
We are trying to see if any of the other corporates in the country can adopt a block or even half a block and sustain it for a while.
We as Kenya, we have taken the lead to partner with the KISE, and we are calling upon all other corporations, NGOs, all other agencies, foundations that are created to advance corporate social responsibilities, to also come on board and partner with KISE.
The children with a disability in this country are 11.4% of the population.
We are looking forward to seeing more children with disabilities getting into regular schools, and that will call for a lot of support from our partners.
It would sit in a good place for a corporate, for an organization, for people of goodwill to participate in this noble act, where we come and put our resources together to make sure that the children are assessed, the children are properly placed, and the children are supported throughout their education.